Hey.
Yeah.
Interesting. How are
Yeah,
you?
we've had that issue before.
I can send you a link and you can send it over. Hey everyone. Welcome. We are or not podcast. I am Tasha. That is my sister. You want to introduce yourself first, or you want me to?
Yeah, I'm Elle. Sorry, we got a lot going on. A lot going on over here. Yes, I'm Elle. I'm the little sister, and that's it, y'all. Just give me a second here.
We just are used to seeing people in the waiting room, guys, and there's like no one in our waiting room, which is really odd. And so I'm gonna be honest, because this we about honesty here. My little side
Yeah.
hustle is just not really working for me.
You don't think so? I don't feel like this is working for me today either, but
But my shirt is cute, so
Yeah, let's show our shirts. So shout out to our mom. It says she got mad hustle and dope soul.
she
Shout
really
out to
does.
mom for that.
She's like the greatest for that.
Yep. There's one.
There's one. So, anyways, yes, I am Tasha Mack. I am the older of the two. We are actually, fun fact, we're actually 7 years apart. So, for those that don't know, we're 7 years apart. I
That
am your
was like
favorite.
6.5.
Oh, well, 6.5.
Mhm.
Round it up. I am your favorite trainer. I'm your favorite publicist. And yeah, that's about it. When we are ORNOT podcast. So today we have tons of fun. We have a special guest. We have a public speaker.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully a public speaker, a motivational speaker, Alfonso. He'll be coming on hopefully within as soon as he finds us. He's in some other land of of streaming
He has
right now.
literally 2 minutes to get on. It's showtime. I don't know where he
Why
is.
do people fall in like the other land of streaming for some
God.
reason? And I just don't know why. But anyways, my purse is all in this.
Maybe I should call him.
No, we should text him.
I text him the link.
Okay, we got some time. It's okay. So, we can always skip to Still I Rise if you want. And
No, I did so much hard work on it.
oh, okay. Well, let's talk about the weekend.
Okay, weekend.
Nothing. I did nothing this weekend. I laid around and oh, I did do something. Hulu.
There he is.
Hulu. I did tons of what did I do? I watched Lifetime movies on Hulu. Did you know you could watch Lifetime movies on Hulu?
No, I did not know that.
Right. So that guess what? I feel like it's the best of the best. So it was like the best Lifetime movies I've ever seen. So I was in Gulf. Like there's one about a grandma killing her all these people, a grandma, and it was really good. So like y'all should really check it out. Lifetime got some good stuff. Well, Hulu has some good stuff on Lifetime. So
Okay, girl.
yeah, that's what I
I
did.
didn't do anything this weekend. Where are the people at? There's usually more people here. Hello, Stephanie. Stephanie's watching.
Usually you have to tell
God.
people.
Yeah, come on in, y'all. Listen today. I gave up fries. This is what's going on in my life. I gave up fries for Lent. Okay, 40 days, 40 nights, it feels like. And I was like, Tasha, my sister was like, we're gonna do fasting tomorrow. She's like, eat real good tonight. So I'm like, yes, I can go to Chick-fil-A. When I turned out of the garage, I was like, oh no, I can't get fries.
What's the point?
And I said to myself, Lord, is this the sacrifice you wanted for me? And he said, yes, apparently, because
yes, child.
so he was like, yes, Danielle, this is the sacrifice. That was the first time I heard God. I was like, oh, You must really mean that. So instead, I went on the app and come find out you can get chips. I thought you could only get chips when it was like a conference.
No, they
You
changed
get little box lunches.
I think it's some locations.
Okay. Well,
chips. Were you supposed to like not be getting anything potato related?
No, it said that's between me and God here. I said specifically fries. So you have to be specific in your prayer and specific in your Lent.
That's your business.
Yes, that's my business. Yes, giving up fries. Girl, we the same people. Yes, giving up fries is definitely hurting me, but I'm hoping that it will help me in my journey.
Where does it hurt at?
My heart, my stomach. Today, my stomach said, "You need a fry."
No.
And my soul said, "Feed me."
Your soul and your stomach was
and my soul said, "Feed me." And so I was like, "Ooh." And you know, when you really, for those who don't know, when you do Lent, you're really supposed to make more time for God. Right. So instead of eating fries, I should be making more time for Him. But I have not yet. I'm working on that.
40 days and 40 nights. So you have time. You have time. You're a work in progress, apparently.
Work in progress, but you know, because our special guest has other things to do today. So I want to go ahead and bring him in. But before we bring him in,
can you hear me? I've been advised that my sound is a little lower than others.
Is that what he said?
It's about me, not you. I'm asking you, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, girl.
All right, girl, go ahead.
Okay, so our special guest is Alphonso Meadows. He is my chosen family here in in Georgia.
You couldn't choose me.
No, I can't choose you, but I have chosen him and he has chosen me.
Are you sure?
Yes. Sometimes he chooses me as family. So he is a motivational speaker. He has a lot of hats on, y'all. He has a business with entrepreneur Don Juan, which helps businesses process their payroll, project management, admin assistance. And I think the best hats of all is he's a mentor. He has won multiple awards for his mentoring, and he's just a really good spirit. And we reunited recently because, you know, pandemic has really split up the crew, but we reunited, and I was like, this is perfect. He has some big things going on, and he is kind of like an expert in co-parenting, I would have to say. So we thought, okay, you know, this would be perfect. He's like an expert. He's like getting some type of license. He'll explain all of that. And I was like, yes, come through on the podcast. So you're going to bring him in, Tasha, because I don't have that button.
Yes, but people seem to not be able to hear me, so I'll just talk a little
You
louder.
haven't been talking.
I know in the comments. They said I'm low, so I'm going to talk really loud. And
no, because you're giving me it's feeling like you're yelling at me. So
okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let Alphonso in. I bet you he can hear me and you can hear me, and that's all that matters right now. So, all right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tasha, you took him in and took him out.
I'm having so much fun with this banter. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
And I can't hear you that well. I'm sorry, but I'm making do. I can hear you fine, Danielle, but it's a little faint on the other side. But we'll make it work.
Over
here. Yeah.
I wonder if it's because you have the mic now and I don't.
I don't have a mic yet. Oh. That's a chair.
The
mic doesn't come until tomorrow, and yours comes Thursday.
You know what I'll do? I'll log off while you guys are talking, and then log back in.
Whatever, that's fine.
That's just for people, so they're not going to see me, but I'm going to still be hearing. So if you're watching or listening to the podcast, you wouldn't know the difference. You get what I'm saying?
I mean, I can hear you. I can hear you just faint. I can hear you though.
I'm not faint though. I'm a good person. I don't know why.
Okay, we have to stay on task here, Tasha. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
Alphonso, thank you and welcome.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. My pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming on. I don't know if you usually watch the show. Do you watch the show?
I have. I've seen a few of your replays.
Have you?
Yeah. You know, I be stalking you on Instagram and Facebook.
We stalk each other. It's what the crew does.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit more about how you are this, I would say, expert in co-parenting, and what's going on, what you and your ex-wife have cooking up that, you know, might be able to help some of our viewers.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I wouldn't say expert. I mean, you know, we are definitely have some solid experience and some solid tools that have been, you know, tried and true. And so, you know, just in terms of how we've been able to, you know, develop and train and create this child, you know what I mean? That we believe, you know, and the time will tell, right? Because he's 19, so, you know, he's gonna make some mistakes. But so far, I think we've done a really good job of coming together, co-parenting, and making that work to keep his well-being at the forefront, and then seeing how some of the tools and techniques that we've put in place over the years we're seeing the fruit of them now. So I would say that we definitely have some experience in terms of how to make that co-parenting relationship work. We have a guide, a 10-step guide coming out in March that just provides some tools that you can use essentially to you know, having a successful co-parenting relationship. So to answer your question, I mean, we really started a book about 3 or 4 years ago. We started writing a book. We were like, well, damn, we're impressed with ourselves. How are we getting along so well? We need to write a book about this. You know what I'm saying? So we started that, and then we kind of, you know, went some other direction. We're now back together. And so again, we're doing a 10-step guide, and we're doing some workshops, and we're actually in the process now of becoming facilitators. So in the state of Georgia, I'm not sure where your audience is watching from, but in the state of Georgia, if you have children and you are getting a divorce, you have to go through a co-parenting class before the judge will grant the divorce. So we're actually in the process of being a couple of the facilitators that facilitate that course as well. So, but I say that out of all of it, the biggest is just the experience and the different tools and things that we've tried throughout the years that we've kind of got a good formula of what works and what hasn't worked so well. So.
Right. So I think that it's a testament to Georgia, one, that they even have this as a requirement. And also, I think, would you say that it would be good for even parents that are still together? I mean, I feel like sometimes parents are one unit and they still are on the same page.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. I mean, these guides or tools can be used rather you're co-parenting or, like you said, parenting it under the same home or together but not under the same home or what have you. Because I mean, just like step one, we always talk about keeping the parent and the child relationship separate, right? And a lot of times that's like key, like the foundation sometimes. And what I mean by separate, and this can apply, like I said, to co-parenting, whether you're in the house together or not. But when I say keeping that separate, meaning that our relationship, me and mom and dad, is very different from me and child. It has some similar components, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, my child knows me as dad and knows you as mom. They don't know you as wife or girlfriend or know, you know, your spouse or your boyfriend as boyfriend or husband. Like they don't have that relationship, right? So they can't see through that lens. And a lot of times when we're, you know, we go through various things with raising our children and we kind of take on that mindset that they have the same lens that we do, you know, for this other person, rather that's together or not. And so I think that's like a really, really, we had to learn that, right? That I had to learn that through some hard experiences. Like, okay, hold on, this is his mom. Although his mom is getting on my last nerves, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like I don't even like your mom. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you though, but you know what I mean? And then I had to remember, okay, hold up, keep it separate because from his perspective, that's his mom. You know what I'm saying? And I think just even that shift alone, and that applies to women as well, just remembering you may not like their dad. You may have some strong differences. You know what I'm saying? You might not be able to see eye to eye in a lot, but if you just think about it from the child's perspective, hey, that is their dad. That is their mom. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that brings a little compassion to even start down the road of trying to co-parent, if you will.
I think so too. Tasha, do you have anything? Okay, she doesn't want to talk now, I guess. But I do want to say that when you leave, because you have some other things planned tonight, and so we have to make his portion first. So we're going to get a little bit ratchet after he leaves, and we're going to talk about some baby mama, baby daddy drama, and those.
I can't be a part of that. I can't be a part of that
because you have other plans. You said that you had other things.
That's the best part. No, go ahead.
And so I do want to say, what do you think is the biggest challenge when co-parenting?
Yeah, I think one would be keeping the relationship separate. And I would say 1B or 1A would be allowing the other parent to really express their way of parenting without any judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of times I might not do something the way that she does it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're two different people. And particularly if you're not in the same home and you're trying to raise your children, there's a lot that you kind of just brush off your shoulder and be like, you know, I wouldn't have them up watching, you know, TV at 10 o'clock and eating popcorn, you know, but I mean, at the end of the day, like I've got to, as long as they're not in harm's way, I feel they're in a safe place. You know what I'm saying? You've got to kind of embrace the individual styles of parenting. And that can be really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of experiences and things, scenarios that we've experienced or I have experienced that I'll think, well, I wouldn't do it that way. You know what I'm saying? Especially, we got to talk about this at some point, when you start dating. If you're not together.
That's a whole nother challenge.
That's a whole nother challenge, yeah. And so it's like, and even in that can be really hard to merge, because you're merging lifestyles. You're merging two lives, right? And at the same time, trying to raise this child or these children. So just allowing each parent to, giving them the space, as long as there's safety and there's boundaries, giving the parent a space to parent the way that they see fit for them. You know what I'm saying? And you may not agree with everything, you know what I mean? But you've got to kind of allow them to be the parent that they are, rather you agree or not. Again, now that's if there's no harm or danger or things like that, but just some regular nuance between parenting that can become huge. I've learned over the years that kind of like, okay, I'm gonna let that go. I don't agree. And she's on the same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let it go, because at the end of the day, you know, it's not affecting his harm or his well-being. So, but that can be a challenge. Yes.
I have a question. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh, am I better, Alfonso?
A little.
Okay, great. All right, so the question is, now I've lost my train of thought because I was worried about myself. But the question is, do you express your disagreeing of it? So you see how you said, I disagree with it, but I let it go. Do you even express the disagreeing, or you have to literally let it go?
I think it's situational. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, it depends on the relationship you have with that other parent. You know what I mean? Because if you have that kind of relationship where you feel that it's not going to turn into this huge argument, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be turned to this major thing that you guys now got other issues about, then I would say it's okay to express it. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you, for an example, at this time, my ex-wife and I, we weren't on good terms. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really didn't want to see her. She didn't really want to see me. I didn't really like her. She didn't really like me. You know what I'm saying? For a little while. So we were at his game together. And we got to the game, and we didn't sit together. We didn't even acknowledge each other. We were there for him. And after the game, she came up to me and she was like, you know, it bothers me that we can't even sit together. You know what I'm saying? Anymore, or you can't even like acknowledge that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And so I could receive that. We could talk about that. Now, did that have any effect on the overall well-being of our son? Yes or no? But he was safe. We were both there supporting. But I was in a place where I could say, okay, well, I understand. Maybe we can work through something. So I really think it depends on the relationship you have. But there have been times when I would have been like, you have to deal with that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good on you right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to make sure, that we come together with these 10 principles, these guides that we've created. We're going to make sure we do those, right? But some of the specifics, I think it depends on the relationship that you have with the co-parent. Does that make sense? It
does. It makes a lot of sense. I think that, I hope everybody can hear me, but I think, Daniel, you
just messing with you, girl.
my God. No, I was going to say, Danielle, you made a good point. I think these principles could possibly very well be applied to people who are still in the same home. I find as a parent of a person who's married, you know what I'm saying? We have our differences and things like that. You have to set aside those different relationships, and you have to know when to say when, and all of those things, because it does affect your child. It affects everything. You know what I mean? So I think it's great what you guys are doing. Kudos.
And you know, one step 3 we call it to that point, the gift of your presence. And so I didn't realize how important it is just to be present with your children. Like, you know what I mean? Like that goes a long way. Because we're human, right? So we don't always get it right. We don't always make the right decisions. But the gift of your presence goes a long way. Just even though his mom and I weren't talking at that time, the fact that we were present at the game, both of us, still went a long way. You know what I'm saying? I may not be in good spirit with your parent or your mom or your dad, but just the gift of your presence goes a long way. It really is actually one of the tools, just being mindful of the gift of your presence. You know, show up, even if you're in disagreement, even if you don't like them person or you're feeling, you know, just show up, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's going to make a huge impact on your children.
I love that.
You know?
Time to wrap him up. So where can the people find you? Okay. So first of all, how can the people find you? What do you have on? What are you wearing?
Okay.
How can they purchase that as well?
Yeah. So this is a brand that I'm in partnership with at the New Meaning. So this is one of our signature blackout shirts called Unapologetic. So you can see it's unapologetically, and the box is black. So it's at thenewmeaning.com. And you can reach me on my website, alfonsomeadows.com as well. And like I said, in March, we'll be launching the 10-step guide to co-parenting. And then we also do, my ex-wife and I, we actually do videos, content, et cetera, about different experiences, techniques, tools, et cetera, to the trade of being of co-parenting together. So you can reach me on my personal website, or for merchandise, like I said, thenewmeaning.com. So it's I appreciate it. Yeah.
No problem. We'll be sure to post all of his information on our like page. There's an echo. Sorry, guys. On our like page.
No, and I like what you guys are doing. I meant to tell you, congratulations. I really like it. I like the overall setup and just how you're executing it and the topics, and it's dope. So congratulations.
Thank you. Like if you need any help setting up a podcast of your own, there is a small fee.
Okay.
Sure to invoice you if you need help with that. We have great producers and all of that.
I actually may, seriously. I'm serious. Yeah. So
we're your girls,
but I better get the family discount though.
Yes.
Because before when you set it up, you said we was family. You know what I'm saying? You was like, my chosen family at that. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that when you get that invoice though. Don't forget it when you send that invoice.
Family. Okay. There's a difference between family and family. I hear you. You will definitely get the discount. Thank you so much.
Kidding.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. Hopefully you'll come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, have a good night. Thank you.
You too, guys. My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right. Good night.
Are you going to exit him out, Tasha? Okay.
I'm sorry. You were like muting me, and I didn't know why you were muting me.
Yeah, I have to mute you because there was some echo.
Is there an echo now?
No, I think it has something to do with his mic, maybe.
Oh, no, I think it has something to do with me. I changed the settings.
Okay.
I was trying to fix the problem.
I'll invite y'all's friends to watch the show today, Marquita.
It's fine. No, she didn't. Probably. I'm just gonna bring her in.
She said she did.
Are you ready? Let's just bring her in.
I'll bring her on in.
Yes, bring me on in. Because I don't like how y'all checking me from the front of the stage and I'm in the back. So I did invite people and I shared it on my page.
You know what it is? They so shady.
Is it
so they don't want to hear about this co-parenting.
I think that's what it is. They might, co-parenting is a very, very, Alphonso was very calm, cool, and collected, but
he was like, you know how it said the good, the bad, and the ugly. He was
if he was a pie chart of co-parenting, he would be the crust, because there's not a lot of cohesive co-parenting out there, So,
I mean, you're not co-parenting in the house. There's no cohesive co-parenting in people's house.
Listen. That's why one time I asked my mom, like, I'm thinking about just having a child by myself, because the other person is really the problem. So when you have to bring in the other person, you gotta really think, like, do you want to do this with the child? Do you want the child?
Sometimes you need another person to have.
You do.
No, you could. I think you could just get us, some sperm.
You can, but you want to have the other person there.
Do you?
You do.
You just said something about presence.
Yes, but I'm saying it makes it complicated when the other person. I'm saying if you're a person who wants a child, might not be the best route to get another partner.
Who you looking at? She
said. I was looking for somebody to tell me what to say, because that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
That's just my millennial thinking.
Well, here's the thing. Are there women out here without partners that are killing it right now as parents? Absolutely. Hats off to y'all. I'm glad that I really did not have to do it by myself. Because those times, and single mothers know those times when you get frustrated and you wish you had someone to at least take the little bit of the load off, whether you have to smack them upside the head and be like, "Could you please put some socks together, fold the shirt, do something to help me out," even if it takes a while. That little bit of help does hurt. I don't think that people should just go into having a baby with the expectation of being by themselves. But if you pick them, you co-parent with them. That's what you pick them. You pick them. Yeah. Now you said they was worth your ovaries. That's what you said. Now you got to be nice to them because you picked them. Now,
yeah, that's true.
On both ends, fellas. You picked her. You picked her.
I think I just come from a place where I see that even whether you're together or not together, it's just a lot.
Yeah, being
why part of me, right now, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in kids.
Stay on topic.
Okay, Marky, to bring in the hot topic.
I mean, speaking of co-parenting, Kim and Kanye is getting a divorce. So Kim files for divorce from Kanye, and are we happy that she filed for a divorce and that they're splitting up?
Yes.
Or did she pick him? And this is who she chose.
No. Typically men do the picking.
Men do the picking, but
no, she don't know who she chose because he wasn't who he is now when she chose him like then. So that's not.
Was he not feisty, Kanye, when she met him?
No, he was feisty, but he wasn't diagnosed with bipolar.
He wasn't.
So I think that's where the problem comes in.
I think he was manic then, but it was. Did you know that when you're bipolar, when you get older, it gets
worse? But that's with any disease.
No, I mean, in this particular disease, aging, they've had 9 million kids, and she just decided she can't take it no more.
Yeah.
So, she knew he was crazy. I believe that.
I don't think she knew he was crazy in that.
Well, I just feel like, I mean, she just took the melanin and ran.
Oh, you one of those people.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't just take the melanin and run. You got to put on with it. You took this man off the market.
You don't ever have to put up with anything.
Let me tell you. So you think that crazy, feisty Kanye was not set off by nothing the Kardashians could have done to him?
It's possible, but I'm trying to tell you, she did not turn him crazy. Okay, this is a whole.
I didn't say she did.
Hold on, let me roll this way. Let me roll this back in real quick. we're gonna cut with this hot topic, but I'm gonna tell you why we're cutting with it, because we will have a whole topic. We will have a whole
Having
episode.
a whole show on it.
We will have a whole
Yes,
episode.
yes, yes. Okay. So
So
they're
this
getting a divorce, whether you're happy or sad about it. They are getting. She has
I'm not
filed for
happy about
divorce,
it.
but
People breaking up their union and their family. So let's just say that I'm not happy about that.
right.
No, we're happy that she felt empowered to do what she needs
I
to
am
do.
happy that she does what men won't do. Many
Right.
wives stick with it for children. Many wives stick with it because they think they
Oh
have
yeah.
to. And they don't got, you don't have to. Well, how about this? I don't think you have to. And so with that, it's amazing that she was empowered to do so, because she put up with a lot of shit, even though she's paid. Like, she could have been broke up with him.
Yeah.
That money. So why she got to stay with him? So
Yes.
I'm to fix that what I just said. I'm not approving.
Well, that's fine. We're gonna dig.
Y'all are gonna talk. Y'all gonna dig deeper. Y'all gotta pick this topic up, because you have to dig deeper, because this is a great topic to discuss. Just because, I feel like everybody is half and half. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody should stay in a marriage. It's not your consequence for making a bad choice. If you felt like you made a bad choice and you made a mistake, then realize it and move on. You don't have to just sit in it and be miserable because that's your consequence. If that's what you felt like, definitely don't think so. It's just kind of like, well, and I won't, put some positive vibes out there, I guess. A lot of these celebrities are going through separations, but they're getting back together. So we never know. She may file for divorce, but she may take it back. Who just recently filed for divorce and somebody recently filed and took it back?
Can't think of who it was.
Cardi B and Offset. She filed for divorce and she took it back. So that's a possibility
for her too, though. I think I'm just a different kind of woman. I'm just for whatever brings the peace. Whether you win,
right? It should be. Now that's woman empowerment, doing what you need to do to bring your peace and be happy. You go and do that. So, what other? I had some handy dandy topics here to discuss. That Kanye West thing kind of just took me off for a little turn. I thought we were just gonna need that one topic, but we don't. And there's more.
We gotta give the people a little taste, and then
give them a little bit more. In rapper news, I guess. So Tekashi 6ix9ine is baiting rappers at this time, and let me tell y'all something. So he's.
What does that mean?
So he's trolling them. I guess a new word is trolling them. I don't know if it's the same if you do it in public. I thought trolling was just online, but hey, don't y'all come for me in my age. I'm talking about in real life. So him and Meek Mill had this little internet beef or whatever, and so he seen Meek Mill in public and was getting all rowdy, and Meek Mill was kind of looking at him like he was a special child with drool on his mouth, and so. Everybody is like, if that was me, I would have, effed them up. Y'all know I usually curse, but I give you a little bit of something different tonight. I would have effed them up. I would have killed them. I would have, you know what I'm saying? You would have did all this, and so it's just like, y'all, Meek Mill has got a taste of this free life, and he ain't trying to give it up for Tekashi 6ix9ine. Nobody who stop threatening people online. Stop that. Because if something happened to the little weird little boy, they gonna come looking for y'all because y'all is online threatening this little boy. And y'all know something is wrong with him. Y'all know that he is well protected wherever he goes. And if you're a real street nigga, then somebody like Tekashi would not bother you because you know that he's not a real street nigga, so it should not jeopardize your streetism. Okay, don't let Tekashi 6ix9ine jeopardize your streetism if you a street nigga. Okay? But that was just something fun and ratchet to really talk about was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
He's not in jail.
No, he's not in jail. He's out and about, and he put other people in jail.
What does Tekashi, whatever his name is, what is he saying? What is his song?
I don't know. Fifi, Fufu. Freaky Aliziki. I don't know what that little boy sang. But he's very popular. He had no. It was the song with Nicki Minaj, Fifi.
Yeah, I really had like similar wigs or something.
I don't.
I mean, I think
not even
hers one time.
It's not even worth it. He's not. That was just my PSA to all the hood niggas out there. Stop falling for the Tekashi 6ix9ine. Stop falling for those type of people. Because he's gonna be free, dyeing his hair, skippity doo dying all over the place, and you're gonna be in jail because you didn't threaten a little slow boy. Leave him alone. He's not right with himself, y'all. He's not right. You know how like the slow kid, they get beat up in school, but they think they hanging out with the popular kids, but the popular kids is really just beating them up and taking their lunch money. That is the kind of say, leave that slow boy alone. If you don't want to be his friend, just leave him alone. Cause he gonna take you there because he's slow. Just leave him alone. It's not even worth it.
Does anybody know what song he raps?
No. If anyone knows what song he sings, you could
know.
Put it in the comments, maybe.
You can put it in the comments. Like I said, it's Fifi Fufu. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's called. Huh?
I don't think that's it.
It's a song. Him and Nicki Minaj had the song.
Well, how does it go?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
even really know how to spell his name to even look it up, to be honest with you. It sounds like a sauce.
It is.
Is it a sauce?
No, it's none of those things. It's not a car. It's not a sauce. It's not any of those things. It's not any of this thing. So, moving on. Lil Bootsy, in other rapper news. So Lil Bootsy is in hot water as he stay. Yeah. That's probably why the baby look like he do, because he look like he stay in hot water. He's just a shrivel up little thing. Now he didn't say some not so nice things about Lori Harvey, and he is now what all people do is backpedal when it backfires. So he originally said that we should not be praising Lori Harvey because she's running through niggas. So she should not get the praise for being somebody that run through niggas. Okay, thank you, Chris White, for the lovely.
Is that the name of the song?
Those are the songs. I told you with Fifi, Fufu. I don't know what it is.
Marquita.
Yep, and those songs are there.
Is that one song? Is it two?
I don't know.
It's two songs. Song titled Fifi and then a song titled Gubu.
Yeah.
It sounds like Geechee language. Maybe.
I told you it's about Lil Bootsy. Right. Okay. Back on. That's why I say he's slow. I think those are sounds that, you know what I'm saying, slow people may make. But Bootsy.
Hold on, a little disclaimer. We have nothing against slow people.
And baby, y'all been coming here for the longest of Mondays. And know what I'm gonna say. Y'all been coming here for the longest of Mondays. So maybe
this is what they do on the news. They be like, we have a legal note, Sunny Hostin. So the legal note is. I'm just telling you. So I had to go ahead and put it out there that we are all inclusive podcast.
Marquita discounted your legal note. She says you've been coming here every Monday.
You have each time you come to this, you have clicked on my terms and conditions, and you know that part of that is my mouth, and you hear. So whatever you want to do legally, you're in it too. You are an accomplice. All these people listening, y'all are accomplices. So whatever my mouth say, y'all been here. Into Lil Bootsy. So then he says the reason why he said what he said was because you don't want to think about your daughters like that. You don't want your daughters to be running through niggas and he kind of got the timeline messed up. He was like running through 8-9 niggas for a couple of months. But I just want to know, Bootsy, you did a whole interview where you said you wish you only skeeted in one woman. So I'm trying to figure out where you.
This is all bad.
Lil
What
Bootsy.
talk about?
Lil Bootsy.
We should have discussed this before we aired.
Lil Bootsy. You're not here to tell us. You're not here to tell us what fathers don't want from their daughters, because you are what mothers do not want in their sons. I know your mama is sick and tired of all them damn grandkids running around her house because you skeeted in more than one woman, as you would like to say that you have said publicly. So don't come for Lori Harvey. I think everybody should kind of stay out of Lori Harvey's business. She is not married. She is not bothering anybody. She is staying within her tax bracket. She just leave Lori Harvey and what she got going on alone. Because Lil Bootsy, we left you alone when you did it again and again and again and again, or however many times of the kids. Nobody was in your business, because maybe they would have stopped you and said, hey, Bootsy, we don't want our sons to be running through women as you have done, sir. We would have said that, but nobody said that to you. So leave Lori Harvey. If you don't want your daughters to do that, then you don't want your daughters to do that. I mean, if I was you, I would be very, very scared, because karma could hit anybody, Bootsy. So don't be talking about,
Is your hair black today?
my hair?
It looks black.
I think it's just because like this lighting and this shirt. I think it's like, but no, it's not black. These curls is popping though. Usually
I saw them when you were down in the back room, and this is what Marquita does in the back room, y'all. She'd be like,
It's too much.
I have to try and even it out, guys. And it's so hard. Like I try to make it look like it's got a shirt.
yeah, it looks like you have a diva cut right now.
Yeah, so I'm feeling this look, because usually I try to, do a fresh wash and go for the show. But this I was like, you know what? Tonight y'all gonna get this weekend wash and go. This is a weekend wash and go, and y'all gonna get it tonight, because it's too cold to be keep putting water on my scalp for y'all. It's too cold for that. Do I still got time? Because I still got, y'all know I keep the hot topics. Don't try and rush me off.
You're gonna have to save it.
Oh, I will be posting. I will be posting more hot topics. Just one final thing. I really hate I don't really want to bring this, because I don't want this to be the last thing I talk about, and it should have been the first thing that I said. But y'all, when the spotlight come on, I'm just like, I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to. But let's keep Texas in our prayers. They did not. That snowstorm no one would be okay right now. So just keep Texas in their prayers. A lot of celebrities are stepping up to help them out. Beyonce, Trader Truth. Everybody is pitching in to help one another. I think that's very American of us to help each other out. That's very American.
I don't know if that's American, but I feel you, girl.
Just trying to put that out there in the atmosphere, that helping each other out is American. Yeah. You hear me? You hear me out there, Trump supporters? Americans help Americans. They'll just, keep Texas in your prayers. They're gonna need a lot more than prayers, but the least you can do is pray for them, that they get through this and rebuild their homes, and just hope that this isn't just a horrible. I mean, it's already a tragedy, but let's just hope Texas comes out of it.
I don't know, Marquita, I think it's time for you to go, because Tasha's voting.
I was already saying it must be time for me to go, because she thinks she about to hold a class or something. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and go, because if she thinks she get ready to hold a class on me on Monday, no ma'am. I'm my 2 days. I only got 2 days. Don't you come for me?
I'm so hungry. I was just trying to take my mind out.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Well, you got a little bit of show love, then you go get you something to eat, girl. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay. She always makes my cheeks hurt. Yeah, you should start maybe trying to eat before you.
Time today.
Okay.
Thank you, though.
All right. Well, y'all, we have a Still I Rise moment. And the Still I Rise moment is about the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. So how many people have seen the movie? If you have seen the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, drop a fire sign. I don't know. You might not be on your phone. You might be on
Fun
it.
fact. You can watch Judas and Messiah on HBO Max. You do not have to go to the theater.
Yes, that's where I saw it. So let me give you a little tidbit. First of all, I'm an extremely big Black Panther Party fan. Funny story, when I lived in Richmond and I had just moved to my new apartment, like my situation with my TV wasn't set up. Somehow I was getting all these like shows from the 1960s and I got to watch like Fred Hampton and Huey P. Newton, like doing conferences. And one day they shut it all down. I thought it was the government. I thought the government figured out that I was watching, and I was like, they were like, like grooming me to be a part of the new Black Panther Party, because that is a thing too. Okay, so anyway, the movie was really good. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I, however, thought that it was I thought it was like more on Fred. And I think that a big part of that is I watched an interview today with the guy who played him. His name is Daniel Kaluuya. He played in Get Out too. And he was saying
He's an awesome actor.
He is. And he's actually British.
I was telling Elijah that today when we were watching it. I was like, what's crazy to me is he plays every role so well, and he does it by changing his voice, and you can't tell his accent at all that he's British. You watch his interviews, and you're like, wow, like
yeah. So I was watching that, and he mentioned that without William O'Neill's character, we wouldn't have been able to see the light in Fred Hampton, and I thought that was a good comparison. So a lot of people often compare the Black Panther Party to the KKK. It's nothing like that. For those who don't know, the Black Panther Party was a party that started in 1966 in Oakland, California. Fred Hampton was a chairman for the chapter in Illinois. The Black Panther Party did really good things, like put on breakfast programs for kids and empower our community, kind of cop watch, make sure police brutality wasn't, happening as much, which I feel like we need today. I feel like if we monitor our neighborhoods more, then we will be able to, people coming in for the Still I Rise moment. Y'all knew I was going to hit you with this Still I Rise moment. I love that. So I just think that if we had more of that spirit today, then we would be so much like, I think we're getting there. We're always recording a police officer killing someone, but we're still not getting justice for it. And I just love the movie. I love the fact that they highlighted the COINTELPRO situation, which is when the FBI infiltrated the Black Panther Party in different ways. It wasn't just with informants. They had, feeding information to party members so that they could feed other information that wasn't true and have them going against each other, which ultimately, I guess, dissembled the party in itself. But it's a great movie. Tasha, do you have any thoughts about it?
No, it's a wonderful movie. Watched it with my 15-year-old. He was tuned in. He didn't have much to say, but I think he's taking it all in. It's a lot to take in, only because great movie, great actors. It's not too deep, but it's deep if you already know the truths behind it, and you see, how much our people went through to empower our people and to protect all people. And they mentioned the whole fact that it was just like the KKK. They mentioned that many times in the movie, so you can kind of see the reflection of what other organizations put on other people, like, hey, like, listen, they're just like the KKK, they're no different, and so I think it's always good to kind of reflect back to those types of movies. I don't know, that's all. It was a great movie. I say watch it 2-3 times if you can. And the greatness of what are we in, the pandemic, you can't make it to the movie theater. Certain movies are now being played on HBO Max. I know that's another fee, but you may be able to get a little free trial. things like that. So, you know.
Yes, Amy coming through with the drama. That's what we can reflect and dissect it. So today's topic is, what is today's topic? Co-parenting, good, bad, ugly.
The bad and the ugly.
Okay, so where do you want to start with this?
Well, the good was Alfonso. Alfonso and his ex-wife, if you were watching earlier, we had a guest on. He was able to tell us about how he is doing great co-parenting, and how they're going to teach other people, hopefully, through principles, how to do great co-parenting. The good, so he's the good. The bad is the unwillingness to co-parent, and I think the ugly is the links that people go through during co-parenting when they forget that they're co-parenting at all, and they take it to other levels.
Yeah.
I mean, the bad part, I think, is that when you're co-parenting in any form or fashion, whether you're with the father or mother, you have to remember that the child is first. The child's well-being comes first. It's not an ego move. It's not a power move. It's truly what's best for the kid. And I think that parents as a whole have to remember that you have that title for a reason. And that's because you're here to make that decision of what's best for the child. It's not really about you at the end of the day. It's about the kid. And somehow that gets lost in the sauce, whether I'm sure people that are married, people that are not, and it's even worse when you're not. And I think that the reason why it's worse is because there's other crap involved. So it'd be different if you just had children. If you just had a kid and you weren't in love, you were never intimate, there's all these different pieces that had nothing to do with it. Now you guys used to be together, now you're no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not really worried about this parenting piece. You're more worried about what's he doing, what's she doing, how she doing it, and with who. And so I think that you lose the concept that we're here to parent. I don't want to be with you anymore, or you may want to be with me. That's something we got to deal with another time, because this is the space for parenting.
Yeah.
So I think that's where co-parenting goes wrong.
Well, being that I don't have kids and I'm not married, so I don't really have I can't really speak on it too much, but I can speak on what I've seen from an outside perspective. Personally, I have seen both men and women do things that don't have the kids' best interest at heart. And I do think it has a lot to do with what you said in regards to sometimes women, we really hold on. And I mean, I hold on and I don't have a child with a man. Sometimes, I really hold on and try to, I'm hoping that this thing is going to work out. And I can imagine if I was to have a child with someone and the connection was even stronger, would I be able to separate what's best for my child versus what I want?
Right.
And so I think and I know some men are like that too. I just know that men aren't they're not like, it's not a mental thing with them. It's physical. So I know that women connect emotionally more. And that's probably, I'm thinking, where the problem probably comes in. It's just that I've seen very crazy things when it comes to, and I don't know if it's because I have a nephew who has a baby mother. I have a brother who's had baby mothers, and all of them, but sometimes I'll be like, well, who is the common denominator?
Yeah, I think from an aunt sister standpoint, we're very fair. I think we are very fair. We're like, well, you might have did that, but what did you do?
Right.
So I think that it can definitely go both ways. I do think that women have a tendency to go above and beyond to make sure they are right, they are heard. And I think that's because as a woman, we always feel unheard. I feel that that's a fair statement. I feel that we feel unappreciated as moms, sisters, daughters, any role you can think of. We always feel unappreciated, unheard, whether we are or not. I'm just saying that's a common theme. So then you got this guy who's used to be your one and only. Now he gets to make decisions by himself.
And he's everybody else's one and only.
he could possibly be everyone else's one. No, you really don't know. And so because of the lack of control, lack of knowledge, the lack of everything, and the fact that you have lost what you thought was the love of your life, you lose your shit.
That's hard. Yeah. You know, I lose my stuff every time I think I find the love of my life. And it ends up not being right. And the child is not involved. It might just be a jacket involved. I might have got a jacket out the deal. I might have got some nice Alex and Ani bracelets out the deal. Chances are I'm going to lose my crap at least for a week to get over it. So I can only imagine if a child, a little person that could possibly look like that person, has mannerisms like that person. Now you gonna leave us?
Yeah. But I think we have a great comment here. I think that that's important. Like setting boundaries is huge.
Yeah.
And understanding that each person should respect that boundary. So if you're going to set one boundary and say, hey, you can't call me past 9 o'clock or things of that nature, then you should respect that. But I too should respect your boundaries.
Right.
So I think that that's important. But as men, women probably set more boundaries than men. And men, you guys should set boundaries too.
Yeah.
Learn how to set boundaries, even if you don't want to, because everything needs structure.
No, and I agree with that because I have dated men who have kids, and sometimes being on the other end, not that I'm trying to take something from the baby mother or anything, but I think that sometimes men overcompensate for a reason, like because they're not with the kids 24/7. I think that if, someone needs something, go get it for them, provide. But like sometimes it just seems excessive. Sometimes.
I think some people, here's another good comment. I think that some people have the lesser. And so there's that, you may have may have a significant other that does a lot and is super involved. Whereas there are some that are not involved at all. And the co-parenting is not even a co. I'm
right.
just parenting over here by myself. So then there's that. And a lot of times that happens because the other parent is not able to wrap their minds around the fact that no, I'm no longer yours when you want me to be.
Yeah, but so when you're talking about so I dated a guy once who was very involved in his kids' lives. And during the pandemic, like he stayed with the mom, and I was very supportive about the situation because I'm very it's for the kids.
I mean, that's very Will Smithish, but okay, go ahead.
It's maybe a little Will Smithish. And so I remember when I told mom, and I believe I told you about it, y'all was like, ooh, what's going on there? Red flag, maybe. That was me thinking the kid first. Mm-hmm. And this is how he can contribute with helping, because the moms had to work, and he was he didn't live in the state, so he stayed there. And so to me, I was that's great, whatever for the kids. But looking back at it, I'm thinking was that excessive? And to me now, if I'm thinking to myself, in other situations, somebody that just gives money, but then someone who's giving time excessively, with that, it's kind of there's a boundary, like Amy said, and you said, there's boundaries that need to take place, I think.
Well, it's important to understand that if you're going to be a co-parenting and then you're dating, you then have to prioritize all of that.
That's a lot.
I think that's a piece that people don't do well.
Yeah, they don't, obviously. I mean,
I'm being honest. From what I've seen as the outsider looking in, I don't think people are able to do that well. If you have because you got to learn how to co-parent, you got to learn how to be a parent of a child whose parents are no longer together. Depending on the age of the kid, then terms you have to worry about the psychological piece of it, and then you got a girlfriend. Or then
is that respectful for your girlfriend for you to be staying with the mom for?
And you guys are okay with it, and you haven't been dating for a long time, it's probably gonna be a hard sell.
That's a hard sell, but I was okay with it. I was Anything, that's me. Anything for the kids, what the kids need, take whatever the kids need.
But with that, is it fair? Because are you forgetting about you and what you need? So then
Right.
there becomes that. I don't know if that's such a good fit, because I mean, if every time I need something, you're gonna not be available because you are, co-parenting, then maybe it's just not a good time. He hasn't gotten his stuff together.
I mean,
What?
Obviously. Obviously, darling. I mean,
It's funny, when I was hungry and I was like trying to work through it, I was thinking about Pose. So that's what
that's like it was like. So Pose is one of our favorite Netflix shows, guys.
Absolutely one of our favorites.
Be sure to check that out. But yeah, I see we have a couple. Some people have shared their stories.
Week today, y'all.
Huh?
It's been weak in here today.
It has. I don't know why. Is it the topic? I'm sorry. I basically produced this show, and it was
decided that I don't want to do the topic on Kim and Kanye.
Okay, you want to talk about it now?
I want to talk about it. Why I don't want to do it.
Okay, I mean, we can do that. That's fine. Go ahead. Come on. Let me tell you something called a lemon. We used to know in high school. My cheerleading coach, she used to be like, "We're gonna have a lemon squeeze," and she would be like, "We're gonna, talk about all the gossip that we have been saying about each other." So let me give you a brief story. One time, we was at the lemon squeeze at cheer practice, and the girl was like, "Danielle, I heard you said you was gonna run over my cousin," and I was like, "I did." I had just got my new car. So the coach was like, "Danielle, did you say that?" "Yes, I did, but I just got my new car. And why would I mess up my car like that?" I was like, "My dad would not be for that." I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, plus I could go to jail. And I was like, but all the cheerleaders hated me because of who I dated. It is a sensitive top subject. So anyway. I
want to talk about it, the co-parenting thing. That's why.
The subject. You think that's why nobody wants to talk about it?
I think that's what it is.
Y'all be ready to talk about everybody else's problems. Amy the only one up here that's willing.
They don't want to talk about their own problems. Y'all not real.
Wow.
So
anyway, hold on. I'm trying to get my lemon squeeze story out. So anyway, I did say I was going to run the girl over with the car. Granted, that was, it's just something you say, figure of speech. I mean, I was basically nobody liked me because of who I was dating. So anyway, I got it all out. So you feel free to have this lemon squeeze moment about Kim and Kanye.
I really don't want to talk about it for a full hour, which is why.
Okay, well, this is excess time at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be very real, and I'm gonna figure out a way how to cut this part out so that I can post it on all my platforms, so that people can know how I feel. But I was looking at the comments when Marquita was talking about it, and I won't name any names, but someone said that maybe Kim ran him crazy, the Kardashians ran him crazy, Tyga was the only one that made it out. All these sad stories, and unfortunately it's kind of a double-edged sword. One, women are always given the excuse of running the man crazy. That's one. Two, no one likes the Kardashians. There's an extreme hate for these entrepreneurial people that make tons of money,
especially from the Black community.
Supposedly they take all of our men. Somehow they take the ones that are damaged before they got to them, and
we still want them. I don't get that. I don't
get how we defend that. Don't know what's crazy.
I don't want Kanye. I don't want a Kanye if he black, white, green, purple. I don't want any Kanyes.
You want a Lamar Odom?
I don't want a Lamar Odom. So I mean, really, you doing me a favor. I don't want a Ray J.
Right. So I think that unfortunately, as a culture, we need to really look at ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we are so upset with the fact that they're successful and they date who they want to date, they marry who they want to marry, and whatever time they want to marry them. And it's supposedly that it's because they're a different race and those are Black men, and that's the reason why it doesn't work out, because they have this Kardashians supposedly, like, they put this spell on people and they supposedly bring everybody down. So I just
and Beyonce is the witch. She's the witch out of all. We all bow down to Beyonce, and Beyonce is the witch. Okay, I don't want to go on to that.
Just a few things real quick. Lamar Odom has been a sex addict and a drug addict before he met Chloe. Yes. Okay. She married him already like that. And then when he went over the edge after they had been broken up, she took him back. She took him in
and prayed and had pastors come in and pray for him.
Right. That's another. We'll get to that. And so, I mean, this.
Yeah, we go back. We got you, Amy. We're gonna go back to that, girl.
Back to that, but I just don't understand how someone can help me understand how Lamar Odom was sucked into the Kardashian when he was already damaged.
Yeah, and I hate to use the word damaged, but I also want to point out the fact that when we have these conversations, the conversations are never about the men who need help. They're always about the women that supposedly got them to this point.
And if you really believe that Kanye supposedly, I'm going to use the quotations, got bipolar when he started dating Kim Kardashian, that's a sad truth, a sad non-truth, because actually being bipolar is something that you can inherit. And it's something that happens from trauma of previous things happening in your life.
Yes.
Call the incident that happened with his face, or the fact that his best friend died. I mean, I could keep going.
Right.
But, I mean, as a culture, we just really need to reflect on ourselves.
Well, that shows ignorance in our culture in regards to mental health. It shows, I think that it's important for a lot of people don't understand that mental health, like you stated, can be hereditary. And a lot of people don't understand that an entire family cannot make you bipolar. Something drastic.
I do
like
think I think that it's the only problem with them is they love too hard. They have too much money and availability. They open up their dollars, they open up their businesses for all of their friends. Has anybody noticed that?
But that's right in line with why Black people don't like them. We don't do that. We don't help each other out. We don't open up businesses for people.
I love the person in the comment that gave them the middle finger. Like, I love him to my core in real life.
But what I'm saying is we don't do that. If you think about it, all races except our own build communities. There's Little Italy, there's Chinatown. There is no Africa town nowhere, y'all, and no state or city. So we do not do that.
You have the people that say, so why would she want to take the bar? Why did she let the Black lady out of jail?
Yeah.
So she let somebody grandma out of jail, y'all, and y'all are so bothered by that. And then on the other hand, she's taking the bar. Her dad was a lawyer. Did we know?
Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. They really want to focus on the fact that Kanye is trying to get out.
Maybe she always wanted to do that, but what we're thinking the most is Kanye dyed his hair pink because Kim wants to be a lawyer. Listen to how that sounds. And because her goal in life is to possibly bring every Black man down. But the good news is I can bet money that when she goes to bed at night, she doesn't give a damn about whatever we're saying. She doesn't care that you guys believe that she's out to get all the Black people. She doesn't care. So why don't we refocus? If you have a business, don't have a business, and Lord forgive me for saying this, if you don't have a business and you work for the white man and you personally don't understand anything I'm saying, then you're disconnected from it. But if you do have a business and you are African American and you are not having someone in your family or a friend or trying to empower them through your business or through their business, then you are doing yourself a disservice, and you might want to take note of what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's why I find it so hard to understand why, and that's why I don't find it hard to understand why Black people don't like them. They don't like them because they are family oriented.
Well, because Black families have problems with that.
Because we have problems with that, but we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to say how we don't talk about none of our cousins or aunts or uncles. We don't want to talk about that. But the whole fact is that they take care of each other by any means necessary. And so for the reason why Tasha and I like them so much is I think it's pretty obvious right here on this screen. We are like this.
Yep.
Even when we ain't like this, we still like this. Despite if I don't agree with her decisions, if she doesn't agree with my decisions, we're still like that. We empower each other. I help her with her brand. She helps me with my Instagram. I help her do whatever. Like, and we do that wholeheartedly. We are true, like through and through. This is what we believe in. We believe in building a legacy. So how can we sit here and not respect a family that does that as well? And that happens to open their arms to Black men who are damaged, because a lot of Black women who are damaged will not open their arms to Black men who are damaged.
As Danny said,
that's the exact same sentiment. A lot of us are like, nah, I'm good on that. You can have that. It's real simple.
Yeah, man.
It's very simple. And
I think the storyline changes from men to women. So man, Kanye got messed up because Kim. Oh, yeah. So if Kim had it came your way and put interest in you, you wouldn't have dated Kim. Okay.
Really? Right. And also, what part of her would have made him bipolar?
Right. But here's a twist. Here's a power twist. Is she too strong for you? Is that why she makes you bipolar?
Possibly. But the whole point is she didn't make him bipolar, y'all. We want to make that clear. Okay.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. Okay. When someone can make.
Khloe Kardashian was only married to this man for a small amount of time, and she didn't make him a sex addict. They actually didn't even have sex often. So how about that?
So I just, I think it's just something to also, like Tenacious Johnson said, mental health is important. I don't know who you are, Tenacious Johnson, but I'm glad you're here, brother, or brother, maybe. Tenacious Johnson, I'm happy that you're here, because that is the most important message in this all. It's not an empire cannot make you bipolar. The music industry can't make you bipolar. For someone who has mental problems and has had them, and I got a great family. Let me tell y'all, my family didn't make me half crazy. Yeah. Let's be very clear. My mental health is not on my mother, on my father. I don't hold them accountable for the way that I think, for my flaws or any of that. My sister, nobody has made me how I am. I legit came out the womb looking like, dang, it's a blue dark sky every other day. Okay? Like, that's just me. And I'm hereditary. And it's hereditary. And I am an empath. So someone else's energy can affect me and make me sad, but at the same time, my mother and father's flaws did not make me who I am. My past relationships, they did not make me depressed. I was already depressed. Sorry, boo, you don't have that much power. Nobody has that much power over you to make you bipolar.
When you think about it, so she can have anybody in the world.
And she picked a man who's bipolar. That's not what happened here. She didn't pick him when he was bipolar, first of all. They were friends, first and foremost. She fell in love with this person. Genuinely. Let me tell you, when you fall in love with people, when you fall in love with people, it doesn't matter who they are and what they look like. Trust me. I fell in love with some people who don't look that great. I'm all about the insides. And sometimes you fall in love with the wrong person. So I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure that that's not the case. She did not pick him. She did not choose him. We choose, our heart goes in whatever direction it chooses to go. And I just hope that this conversation will be broadened. I would have loved to have a whole whole episode on mental health, and
still have a mental health conversation. I think, how something, I don't want to have the conversation with anyone else but you. And that's just real. I can't go there. Okay. Yeah. For personal reasons. And so because I can't go there for personal reasons, I just don't want it to get ugly up here with y'all.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the Kardashians specifically, but I don't like when we hate on other people for absolutely no reason. You talking about a family that go to church, a family that eat dinner together. These are all things that we don't do as a culture. My family eats dinner together. My family goes to church, even if it's on the internet.
Right.
do send each other Bible scriptures and things and videos to uplift each other.
Yeah, but I think that's why we can relate.
A lot of families
Everybody
don't do
doesn't.
that. And because they don't do that, they cannot relate. And that's sad because I can only wish that you could have a family like mine. And
Yeah.
what's I hear people say often about me and you, they'll say, "Oh, you're like amazing sisters," or "You're my favorite sisters because you're so close." To us, we're not close. We just sisters.
Right. Well, I said that today, I think, and you were like, "Well, not all sisters are close like that." And I was like, "We don't got no choice." Like, and that's my mind. Like, she can't get rid of me. I don't know what y'all thought. Like, it's like
And
we
we're two of three. We're two of three. There's a third.
Yeah, and he can't get rid of us. And trust me, I'm sure he tried, but that didn't work. So like we're still, you know what I'm saying? Like we have our own, we have problems too, but we put our family first, despite our differences.
It's a generational issue. There are people, I want to say that the people that speak up about these things, and I'm gonna go there because I can, but the people that speak up about these things, you know, you may not have came up in a 2-parent home. You may not came up in a community where you saw the Cosby-like dynamic.
And we did.
And I did. And so with that, I think that creates a different view for people. Yes, you didn't grow up with a dad. So yes, it creates a different view for you. You don't understand what it means to sit around the table with your mom, dad, and sister and celebrate birthdays at every year. You don't understand why everyone checks on everyone 7 times a day. You don't understand that. You don't.
And it's exhausting, but it's what we do because that's all we know.
Seriously, you don't understand what sitting ups are. You're from Suffolk, Virginia. You know what a sitting up.
Yeah, you know what a sitting up is.
You don't understand.
We got a cousin, several cousins, and they know what sitting ups are. That's what we do.
Right. So you don't understand what. So I'm not gonna judge you because of what your norm is. I'm not gonna say my norm is right. I'm just going to say that's my norm and what I've been blessed with. I wish everyone could be blessed with the same type of family that I have. We found new cousins. My family is so big that I got new cousins, but I got new cousins that I'm closer with
than the old cousins,
the ones that I grew up with.
Yeah.
That's okay too, but like embrace your family. Embrace the family that's willing to be embraced. Let me fix that. Embrace the family that's willing to be embraced. The ones that's not willing to be embraced, you know, to hell with them. And you'll get friends like, you know what I'm saying, like Marquita and and Anita. I mean, the list could go on, but you'll see that. But it's kind of going back to what I was saying. And I know I said I wasn't going to make this a show, and now I made it a show. But I just find it's just so disheartening when the problem and the fact of all this is that there's a man, forget his color, there's a man that suffers from a mental health disorder. And there's a woman that married him not knowing this is what she was going to get.
Yeah. That's the bigger problem here.
Yeah, she didn't sign up saying, "Okay, I'm gonna sign here that I'm gonna have 4 kids." And
nobody does. That's the thing, though. Nobody signs up.
Either way, there's women that are like this too.
Yeah,
not just men. The disease is not men driven. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So I just think like people need to empower themselves to educate yourself. You Google and you watch podcasts on YouTube and you research cars and you do all these different things. You look at shoes. People are obsessed with sneakers and things like that. We need to educate ourselves on things that are taking over our community, i.e., not white women.
Oh, right. The problem isn't white.
The bad thing about it is, like, I hate to get real, like, we're missing the point. We're missing the point. See?
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And so when you have that mindset, and that's a good point, you do not, and it does not have to necessarily be a 2-parent household, because sometimes a 2-parent household.
Examples.
Yeah, right. There's different. Yeah, there's different household types. But even in a 2-parent household, sometimes you're a 1-parent household. So sometimes you have to bring another family and build your own village. But that's very true. And that's the foundation of your whole entire life and how you perceive everything.
And
How I
we have
yeah.
like roles that play different roles in our family. So we may have a nephew that's more like a child, and my
Yeah.
dad is more like his dad, not his grandfather. His dad plays a
Yeah, my nephew, who is closer to my age, is more like my brother that I never wanted. And I love him to death. But that's the honest to God. He doesn't even call me auntie or aunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the real, and I'm not, it's not, no, it's no disrespect.
He also knows Christmas Eve we're together. He knows birthdays we do this. We do
Exactly.
Like Tenacious Johnson said, it's a tradition thing, and you carry it on, but it shapes who you are.
It shapes your mindset and everything.
And what we should do is learn, if you didn't have that, anything, whether you didn't have a mom and an aunt that were together shaping you, or whatever the case may be, you should try to figure out how you can shape that for your own children.
Yeah.
So that we can break this nasty cycle that we like to put excuse on all these other things around us versus acknowledging what the real problem is.
Yeah.
And in this case, that's where the problem lies. The problem is we tend to shun upon people who have different lifestyles and traditions, and we don't like that. We don't like that people are extremely caring.
And I think it has, but I noticed that even like in in our regular lives, like just because I have a Gucci bag does not mean I'm not a nice person.
Right.
I don't love Jesus. But you don't know where this Gucci bag came from. It was a gift.
Right.
Or the Louis Vuitton bag I have. That is the only one I got, and it's jacked up now. But I'm saying, you don't know, I got that when I got out of college. And like, those are the things that don't look at the surface.
But that's the problem.
Don't look at the surface.
That's the whole problem. The problem is that the world is so more materialistic than they can even imagine.
But they think that the people that have those nice things are materialistic. Like the Kardashians have all those things, 15,000 times more. And because they have nice things, and because they can't possibly love Jesus, they can't possibly love family. They should only date white men. And because they're white, supposedly.
And if they date a black man and they realize that he's slightly damaged with an issue, they should go ahead and just dump them. They should not keep them.
No.
And they should give them back to us, because
yes,
we're much better with traditions and taking care of people.
Especially black men with mental health issues.
Right now we suck. Okay.
You think they want to give them us?
No.
We're not going to do anything with them.
We're not, because we can't handle our own issues.
We cannot handle a black man with a mental issue.
And most black men with mental issues don't know how to handle it themselves.
They don't want to handle it either. they exit out too.
Which then serves to look at it, if it's been such a bad union, how come he didn't file?
Since he was the one that was trying to get out.
Just saying. And I believe that's what happened with Chloe and all of these situations. I believe they filed first.
Right.
I don't really know, but it's a great way to close that up.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I empower you guys to educate yourself on mental health first before speaking about this particular topic and these two people, and then educate yourself on addiction as well. When you're speaking of relationships with people together and you're thinking that one person caused the other person, yes, people can what's the word, trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people can trigger you. That's absolutely truth. But there's an underlying issue there first. So the whole person should not be able to shift your energy and make
no, but the whole thing is something was wrong before. That's the thing. That's just it. I hate
to talk about that. It's so
I hate to break it to you, but Kanye was not all there. Okay, when Kanye was jumping up on stages, and he's just never always been there. Let me tell you, crazy knows crazy.
Look, shut up, crazy.
Shut up, crazy. And crazy can tell you that crazy has always been crazy. So it was not them. It's not the family. Some people can really, really drive you to a point.
Imagine how much they've gone through with him.
I would have been got rid of him. Sorry.
I'm just saying, like, as people sit here and reflect about how crazy they think we are for saying this, I can't wrap my mind around what she was supposed to do.
She was doing what her family only knows what to do. That's love, 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 love until you can't love no more.
Yeah,
And if you think about it, that's what our family does. All we do is love. We love on you. Even when you don't want no more love, we give you more love. That's my problem. I love people even when they don't love me back. I love you. You say you don't love me? It doesn't matter. I love you. Thinking that it's going to warm their heart and make them be a loving person. It's just not possible. And that's what happened here.
Wait, we need to, I don't know how to do that.
What?
Amy
said, how would you feel if your significant other, okay, girl, she's really young with the lingo, was living a double life? You gave him an ultimatum and he proposed. He continued to see her and she got pregnant. Well, wait a minute. Let's unpack this. It says, it's like a word problem. You got to read this over.
Lives. So you gave him an ultimatum, was like, listen.
And he followed through.
He followed through and stayed with you and proposed. But then he really was still over here living this other life. And that lady got pregnant. How would you handle it?
I guess we're going to have to kill him.
Well, I mean, in this case,
some of us can get rid. Some people, if you're already crazy and you end up doing something like that, technically, I'm assuming you'd be able to get off. Now, I would have to discuss that with the legal team, but I'm pretty sure that if you're
Amy, don't kill nobody, baby. I don't know what she's talking about.
Just kidding, y'all. I just like to spice things up for y'all. I don't want nobody to get killed.
So answering the question, I'll go first. Answering the question, I think that the best way to handle it would be to kind of really evaluate the situation and what's important. So if your peace is more important in this situation and he is not your significant other, is not bringing you any positive, and you cannot be sure that he's not still with her living this double life, then we got to get rid of him.
He got to go.
It's easier said than done.
No, right. Trust me. Sometimes it won't be a double life. It won't be no child, won't be no wife. I still find it hard to go. So I get it.
Yeah,
I definitely get it.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those things. You just need to run fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this was a great show. I think it started off kind of slow. Co-parenting. I think that a lot of people didn't want to address that, but you see how they wanted to address the Kanye thing. They was quick to hop on that one. You hopped on that train, didn't you? But you didn't want to talk about the co-parenting. That's fine. And that's what we're here for. We're here to hold you accountable.
But this episode can be replayed, and everything we said, all the gems we dropped, you know what I'm saying? It can be
definitely take notes.
So you can play it back and take notes, or you can play it back and tell your friend about how you didn't like what we said, and you could do that too.
You can show up next week.
And guess what? We still don't care. Okay, so continuing our question. So I would be a step parent to the child, but how do we know he's not still with her?
We don't. Listen, Amy, girl. Amy, girl. I don't know.
It's a good topic. I mean,
great. This is why Amy's for this topic. Now it's the rest of y'all.
No, Amy's real. There's other people for this topic, but they don't want to put their business out there.
And we're not asking for you to put your business out. This is
Amy's
right. This could be a hypothetical situation.
Right. She might have a Lifetime.
Yeah.
On Lifetime this week.
This sounds like a Lifetime movie.
Yeah. But Amy, you still need to run, or your
starring Kimberly.
I saw real quick. I saw a Lifetime movie. I don't even know what the name was. Boom. If you don't have trust, you cannot.
Listen, Tenacious Johnson, will you come back next Monday? I'm for this. This is the first time we've had you here. Come back.
If you don't have trust, you can't continue a relationship. So the question is there still an idea that he's living this double life? If he's living this double life and we can't, but how can we tell? He already lived it. So how do we know he's not still living it?
Listen, but living double lives is something that people do all the time. People do even, that's a whole nother topic. Never mind. I don't even listen. My edge. Look, do y'all see these edges? I'm trying to keep this mane under here. My edges can't take it. My mind is, my head is hurting. But that is another topic of people
Showing
living.
me her edges for days.
Y'all, these edges, listen.
Transitional process.
I was on the phone with Sugar for 5 to 10 minutes today, and I was still trying to lay these edges down. And they are running just like Danny's emoji that she posted in the chat. These edges are running from the gel. What, you trying not to listen to me?
No, my ears were itching.
Well, both of them at the same time. I just found that real suspect. Am I the only one that felt like that was what she was doing? I mean, it felt real like she was like you was 5 years old for a second, huh?
There's nobody there but you.
Anyway, y'all, these edges is, look at it. Look how it's peeking through. Like, what can I do? Y'all. Yes, girl, I tried that one time and I don't have any right now.
You need to go get some. Things like that are important.
Oh my goodness, y'all don't understand. This lock life might not be for me.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about that?
Okay, I'm trying to be all, great in all my, yes, Carolyn, they winning. Listen, because I am black, mixed with Nigerian, mixed with Ghanaian. And listen, Tasha, on the other hand, she has more Italian and Irish in me. So in her than I do. I only have a little.
From the same people.
No, but we have different genes a little. So that's how
$5. This, and let me tell you, we might have to. Amy might need to be part of the research team. You see, we like the Kardashians. We put
for $5. It's only $5. It used to be really expensive, but my salary went up a little, so maybe I'm thinking that maybe my pay.
Link, please. Thank you.
I don't need the link. I know how to get. I got a bottle in my house, but I think it's expired, and my edges are frail.
Edges are running from the gel.
They are. That's what I said. They are running from the gel. They're like little. I don't want to say this, y'all. Don't take offense. It's like they're running to the Underground Railroad. I mean, it's like they're running to the Underground Railroad, y'all. I mean, look at them. These were curls at one point. They were curls, and now they are just frizz.
Oh, man. Girl, it's time to get up out of here. I'm so hungry.
Really?
Yes. I mean, like.
So what do y'all think about us staying up here longer? What? Because we've had commentary saying that we should only be up here for an hour. I went there.
Yeah, so everybody that's up here, do you mind us being up here for an hour and a half? Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's a regular thing, but we just feel like, and we have moments where we just feel like we have a lot to say. Why not use it on the platform? And make sure you're following us on Instagram. We tried something new this weekend. We have like a new series. Danielle doesn't know the name of it. It was free.
That's what they're saying.
What?
The edges, I think that's what they're saying. Because listen, I'm usually the free kind of person, but sometimes I want to have some type of conformity. And listen, this lock journey is like conform where it won't even. Listen, it won't even conform to the lobster braids or whatever she put in my head. Like at this point, it's like I'm over here. What was I saying, Tasha? Tell the people.
I'm not telling them this.
What was the song?
I forget.
Oh, dirty toggle.
What was it?
What was it?
Go back, baby, with pacifier.
Oh, dirty dog, don't lie. I like fire. Jump. Let me see you do this. Girl, make you walk. Fellas.
Back to front and let's do
it. I'm a little bit of
country.
I'm a little bit of
rock and roll.
Okay, white man.
So look, Danielle thought she looked like ODB. So
yeah,
that's reality.
She was bad.
Every time I call her, she's like,
it's just.
Oh, see, these are the people's.
Now y'all coming in.
This is what they said they feel about us staying on later.
Oh, y'all like it? Longer works better for you? Oh, are we like an after night show?
So Amy is like cousin for real because she said she got the same hair. She needs the Murrays.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably got better.
Coolio. Yes, you thought you looked like
That's,
Coolio. Remember?
that's right. Is ODB and
Coolio
Coolio
started this whole thing talking about Coolio.
Yeah. Nothing. We'll talk about that offline. Listen, it was like it's specifically this side, guys, because I sleep on this side. So it was there.
One to just stick out like
Listen,
this.
I would show y'all, but yeah, it looks real. But it's several now. It's several. They're rebelling. Like that dog I had for a few days.
So next Monday when they see you,
no. Oh yeah, my hair will be done. Oh.
Hair will be done. God is good. God is good. Yeah, you don't cry about it.
It's just it's a lot.
Because a woman's hair is
doing a lot to my spirit.
Yes, and happy birthday to my mommy, our mommy. Her birthday is today.
Did you order her birthday again?
Huh?
Did you order her birthday again?
She might be watching. Why are you whispering?
She's not watching.
How you know?
Amy, just do it, girl, so we can both be looking crazy together.
Yeah, right. I'll talk about it later. I don't want to talk about it now. But
what about Amy getting locks?
No, I was talking about mom.
Oh, Amy wants to get locks.
Oh yeah, Amy wants to get locks forever. She just doesn't want to. Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Oh really? Just do it, girl. Listen, I'm almost
selling this.
I'm almost a month in.
So everybody put happy birthday in the comments if you're watching.
Thank you, Darius.
Because she made these two amazing people, and she's a reason for all this craziness. So.
She got a little business coming out.
Yeah, she got a little business on the way, y'all. So look out. It's gonna be real fun.
Oh, y'all love her. I love y'all. Tenacious Johnson, Danny, Amy, Darius, Chris. Thank y'all.
Tenacious Johnson, you're gonna have to listen to this episode when it's downloaded on Apple, Spotify, or any of the other places because you have been in many times. You are now a fan fave. So
you are, you're a fan fave.
Make sure it's clicked Tenacious. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube because you are now a fan fave. We hope that you come back. We love people that like to comment. Okay, Gavin McMorris with the happy birthday.
Get out. Don't.
Mama, you got a boo.
Oh no. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yes, but we're gonna wrap it up because my stomach has already started to eat my thighs, and
we like that.
No, I like my thighs. I like everything wasting under it. I like that. So you don't.
I do. I also gave up negative self-talk for Lent.
Okay, so fries and negative self-talk.
So like Tasha said, if you haven't already, please subscribe now to Facebook. And if you have an iPhone, do something on that too. Like go to the podcast app. I think it's purple. If you have an Android, I cannot help you, but find an app with podcasts on it and look for us. And then like that and share it or subscribe. Now, the next time we come.
I have one more thing. We have a new show coming out.
But I don't know if that's been confirmed with the other co-hosts.
That's okay. It's still happening. He's not going to say no.
Or should we tell the people?
Yeah, I say why not.
Oh my gosh. Okay, tell them.
We have a new show. It's a spinoff to this ORNOT podcast. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to be here with you Monday night forever, apparently. We'll never log off. You'll be able to go to the bathroom, come back. We still going to
I guess why? Because this is our show.
This is our show. We have creative control. So what we're gonna do is I apologize. What we're gonna do is we've created another show. It's called Off and On. Y'all like that? Y'all like?
They don't get it. It went.
So we are a very athletic family. Kind of, sort of. I don't like football.
I like football.
But I was a cheerleader, so I knew football, but I just don't like it. I like everything else but that. But Danielle likes football. But
I like football. I like football players.
She loves football players. I prefer basketball players. But we participated in sports all of our lives. And so now we have joined forces with Off the Record, which is
Our family.
You guys probably saw them on the awards show, or they came on for the Monica show. And so we are joining forces where we're going to interview sports people from
Athletes.
WNBA, NFL,
NBA.
NBA, all types of sports people. We are going to interview them and talk about the off season and the on season.
Oh, now y'all got it.
Yep, from all aspects. So with that, it's called Off and On, and you get us along with two others in a roundtable fashion where we get to talk to these leaders in the community who have turned to sports and what they're doing now. We're really excited about it. It'll be one night a week, hopefully. It may not even be a week every week. It may be a every 2-3 week thing. But Off and On coming your way very soon. So be on the lookout and support.
Yeah.
Support.
I'm really excited about that, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's saying congratulations. Thank you, Billy. So we're just here trying to expand, and we want you guys to be a part of our journey and the whole thing that we're doing. So thank you once again for joining us every night at 7:30. Thank you for allowing us to pour into you. We hope you definitely got some gems tonight, and we hope that you go back home or to your closet or your room, your kitchen, and pour back into your community and your family. Have hard conversations. Yes, pour into your family and have hard conversations about mental health and about co-parenting. Empower yourself and empower your family. And that is it. So, y'all have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you. Commercial.
Bye.